Hello everyone, welcome back to All the Mods 7. So, at the end of last episode, in my after credit thingy, I set off the craft for the Enderium, and I edited my entire last episode with this still running. We are getting there. I think I'm like half done already, so hopefully by the end of this episode we will have all the Enderium needed to make this thing. Because this thing... no, wrong one. This one. Yeah, the last... unfortunately, it's not showing me, like, these bits down here, but the last thing that's needed... Did I tell it to make 3? Oh, no, it's crafting 2. Okay, cool. I thought I told it to make 3 of these, but... yeah, it's only doing 2. Cool. So, yeah, once this is finished, we can make another one. We can check that off the list. I kind of wanted to start on doing a bit of power today. I know we're not going to do the spin of the wheel, but I just want to knock out a few bits before we get back to the wheel, I think. Industrial contraptions is kind of done. We can make everything from that. So that's my last spin. That's what I got in my last spin. I think I'm going to hold off on doing power right now. We will do it this episode, I think. But I do want to make all of the stuff for Mystical. So that is... which one is it? The Philosopher's Stone. Or Fuel, sorry. This thing, I need an Insanium coal block. And then... oh, I just got rid of it. Poop. There you go. We need a Creative Essence as well. So... to do that, I'm going to use a little bit of RF tools. So let's just do crafter. Yeah, I'm going to make a couple of tier 3 crafters, which is a tier 1. And then I think you just build up from the tier 1. Let's make a couple of these because I feel like we're going to need it. There you go. Not 32, but that's fine. We can easily do that. Another thing is I removed my sand, cobble to gravel to sand to then smelt up in to glass. I removed that because it no longer works. I also removed the furnace bits that were down here. So this is actually not running right now. So if I go raw... still a few bits of raw. A lot of copper right there. Yeah, about that. Yeah, I need to set something up for that. I was thinking we might as well set up our dude in... I forgot the way that... quick sleep. The way that I do that is I have to come up here and go to this bit to get down to our occultism dude. I might make a few more of these guys, and then I want to set up my refined storage to like pump into chests, which then we can create a new spirit and get them to like run over to this dude and give him a load of... so if I grab these, he's going to make 6 stacks of copper dust. And then we just hook this up to our refined storage system as well. Anyway, we'll come back to that later. I think for now, I want to hop back into our area and do a crafter to sort out all of the mystical that we're going to need. So craft... get that crafted, perfect. Then get the tier 2, and then finally let's get the tier 3. I don't think we need a tier 3. We might do. Yeah, we might do, thinking about it. But what... oh yeah, this needs power as well. Okay, I realised that I have not at all in this video explained why I'm using a crafter here. And the whole reason I'm using a crafter is because refined storage sees the master infusion crystal as something that gets used up every single craft. So if you try and craft an insanium, it would be like, well, I can't. I've not got 100 Master Infusion Crystals. So what we're doing here is we are basically telling it to put the Inferium into this thing, craft it all the way up to Insanium, and then we've got crafts that then turn that Insanium into Supremium, and then the Supremium into Imperium, and so on and so on. So that's the reason we're using a crafter here. We can put it here. We can have an importer and an exporter on the side, maybe. Importer. Yeah, let's use a creative. Get a creative exporter as well. There it is. So the export will go here. Well, I can put it there. Get my wrench. Get that to pop up. There we go. So that will import from this. It's got power, and now we just need to give it recipes. So if I grab the Master Infusion Crystal, stick that in there. We need we need some Inferium. So we need one of each type of Inferium. And in fact, I have got some Insanium already, just because I was messing about with stuff. So we can turn one of those, turn one of those, and that as well. So there you go, there's all the different types. So if we line them up nicely, like this, and then if I grab some cobble, this is how I always set them up. I don't know if this is how it's supposed to be set up. Yeah, there we go. So if we pull, yeah, it always does this. I'm always confused by this. If you have to click remember like a bunch of times. Why is it not remembered this one right here? There we go. What? Why? Okay, we're going to have to remember each one of these. That's a bit of a pain. Right, there we go. We've got it all set up how we want it to look, basically. I actually need that essence, so let's grab all of that back out. I just chucked it in my system. So, we can chuck all of these in here like that. The first recipe we want to do is result of crafting operation will stay in input buffer. Perfect. So you want to do one of those, one of those, one of those, one of those, and then apply. Or why are you not crafting? Result of crafting operation will stay in input buffer. You might need an extra slot. That's fine. We'll figure that one out. Next one. Ah, there we go. It's just it recognized just then. So the next one is if we do this and this. We also want that to stay in the input buffer. So that is fine. There you go. It did it just there. Input buffer again. So yeah, we're just setting all of these up so it will craft up all of the new like things that are in here. So if I go to here, that will craft up into the Imperium. Imperium then crafts up into the Supremium. And then that I didn't do correctly right there. So we need the Master, yeah, because that went into the system. That one there actually needs to be like that and apply. So all of these should be on crafting results like that. The last one we can do, result of crafting operation will go to the output buffer, but remaining items like buckets or the Master Ritual Stone in this case, or whatever it's called, infusion stone, sorry, will stay in input. So that's exactly what we want to see right there. So if we do something like this and do an apply, I'm not sure we need this one here then, because we could just put it here and it will go into our system, but oh well, we'll leave it for now. And then what we can do is, if I grab some cable and hook this up here, like that, we can get an Inferium, stick that in there, and that is just crafting us a ridiculous amount of stuff right there. So you can see it's kind of quick. It's not overly quick, but we have got like 2 million Inferium essence to go through, but that will be crafting us some Insanium. So there you go. That should be going up over time, basically. And all we're doing here is essence. You see that's just like plummeting right now because it's turning it into the Inferium. No, Insanium. That's it. And then what we need to do from this is we need to uncraft all of these bits right here. So that goes to that, and then something like that. No, that's not what I wanted to see. It's this one. So we need all of these crafts to uncraft it, if you know what I mean. And that way Refined Storage kind of knows what to do with it. And we don't want to do the last one, which is this into just regular old essence, like this. We don't want to do this one, otherwise it will, when it crafts it, it will go straight into here anyway. So we'll just have to do manual stuff if we want to use the plain old Inferium. There we go. So now we got Insanium coming in. That's pretty good. I think we can start working on a few bits now then. So if we take some Insanium. So we need 18 Insanium. So we've got 16 right now, including these two. So I just need to wait for it to be 18, and then we can make the block, Insanium coal block. We will also need to make... Ah, that's actually not as bad as I thought. So this is just 9, 18, 27, 36. And then we need double 36 for this. So we need a couple of stacks of Insanium, basically. And then, oh, there we go. So that is the block that we need. Da 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 da. So that is for the Philosopher's Fuel. We've got that now. Why have I not got a quad fuel rod? I swear I had one of those. Oh, I must have used it for something. But yeah, did I make the nuclear reactor? I can't remember now. No, I didn't. Not quite yet. But yeah, for the Philosopher's Fuel, we are getting there. We just need to make the nuclear reactor and the Supremium furnace, and then we need to go off and get some of this Carmonite from Twilight Forest. So, Supremium, I'm going to do this one off camera because it does involve like going all the way from base all the way up. So, yeah, let me go do that and then we'll be back in a sec. And there is the Supremium furnace. What I've been doing as well is breaking all of these back down. Just because the recipes are weird for this because it makes 4 per. So anyway, there's the Supremium furnace. What was that used for? Okay, I do need to make a quad, so let's go off and make one of those. Cool. So that's making the compressed plates or whatever it's called, the dense plates, which takes a little while, but yeah, that's working in this thing over here. Is it this one? Yeah, there we go. think that's finished now. So the last part is, I think, the Carmenite. If I'm looking at this correctly. Oh, there we go. So nuclear reactor. We can make a uranium 5 times, I believe. We could try that. Let me. I'll probably do a crafting recipe for it, so I don't have to do it manually. So back in a sec. Right, that took no time at all, because all the recipes I put in one of these creative crafters. I made a new couple of creative crafters as well, because might as well, right? So where were we? If I do it in this one, it will actually not like do the hover over text over all the bits, which is good. It was the fuel. Cool. So I think that's everything. Yes. Is this done with the quad yet? It has finished. So philosopher's last bits is this, which I can program this in actually. I'm going to go do that now. And there it is. So if I start that off, it still needs to make the plates. It needs to make a few plates for this. So when that's done, how many plates does it need? Oh, I think it's done already. It just needs to make all the rest of the gubbins. So again, that means that the last thing is the Carmenite. And also, whilst we're at it, we might as well make the creative essence, which I believe we can do. Oh, hello, insanium. We're getting there. We're getting there. There's our coal block. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 4 insanium blocks down. So that's these ones. We just need basically 8 more insanium blocks, and then we've done this recipe as well. So that'll be 1 to tick off. That'll be really, really good. And have we made a dent in our inferium even? Our inferium has barely gone down, so that's pretty insane. Get it? Insane. Okay, whilst that processes, we are gonna probably get. I want to get these things, the wither potions. So we need nether wart. 1, 2, 3, 4, because I know we're going to need 4 of these. Water bottles. We have got an autocraft for that, so let's just make 64 of them so we can pull out like a bunch. Yeah, so we've got things using the water bottles, so that's why it's being weird right now. One more. Okay. So this was where I was using this for knowledge, using the knowledge thingies, and also you can time in a bottle these, so we'll be doing that. Just to speed things up. I could probably take this one more, to be fair. That's not going to run out anytime soon, is it? Nah, all good. So now we've got all the awkward potions. Let's get rid of the bottles of enchanting. What is it? With these things. We need 4 of these. Something like this. And then I think we need to also put some, is it glowstone with this? Let's have a look. Yeah, glowstone. Okie dokie. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are probably the easiest ones to make. And that ran out of time. Okay. Just put 8. 8 for now. 8's fine. And then all of these are wither 2s. And then we can chuck those in the system. Do one of those. This always happens with these charms. Is you need to do it yourself basically. Otherwise, yeah, the JEI recipe doesn't work. But we can do 4 of those. So we've got those 4 now. Still need to do this glyph. Scribe's table. Okay. Archwood, we can make some of this. So we can make the scribe's table. I'm not exactly sure how to use this, if I'm honest. Stick it there for now. Do you just like right click stuff on there? I'm guessing you do. But we need to make this first, which means we need some source gems and we need fermented spiderite. I think we got all of that stuff. There you go. So we got these bits. And then we need to make some apparatus. Ooh, I need some more of this archwood. Okay, 64 of it right there. So this also needs, if we do Ars Nouveau. Forgot that it will pick up bars right there, but that's pretty funny. If we look for the apparatus, there'll be like these pedestals. I think it's this. Wait, what's this then? How does this work then? I don't think I've ever used this before. Right, book time. I put a couple of pedestals down. Apparently this creates source. It just has source in it automatically. And I think because I could put it in there, I got this. No recipe found. If pedestal are required, they must be placed within 1 block of the cube. So I think over time this will convert into this stuff. And then all we need is to put this in with whatever gets created from this. We could go and make some sauce. But I don't want to do that quite yet. We can just leave this for now. Hopefully this works and it doesn't just fail over and over because it hasn't got enough sauce. But if that is the case, we should probably pull this out. I'm going to leave it for now. So that's to get the glyph done. So I'll leave the glyph up here and we'll come back to it. The last thing in here is we need the nether stars and the gravitational units. So we've got 1. And we've got 2 on the way, kind of, with this bad boy. Ooh. There you go, start it up again. This has got only 1 in there right now. It's still going up. I do need to do something about this though. I've mentioned it a few times where we could get one of these, put it in a compact machine so it doesn't explode. Well, in our face at least, it doesn't explode in our face. And make it max size and pump it full of fissile fuel. But anyway, yeah, we can leave that for now. What else is there to do? I think power is the next thing that we kind of need to get into, which is cool because I already made a few bits. Well, I didn't make them; they were already here. So if I make another one of these. Cable, get some cable for this. Let's chuck the book away for now. And an importer, comparator, repeater. This is the setup I always go with, so I'm just going to set it up one more time. And then if we go to @Powah, so we need to probably teach a few recipes. So the first one, I'm definitely going to teach this recipe. We could teach the other recipe. This recipe. That might be better, and then we can teach the recipe this one. Get rid of that. We need to put lava. Click the fluids on, stick that in. To be fair, this will be a lot slower, but we can stick that in like that. That'll create as buckets of lava whenever we need it. Ah, but saying that, okay, ignore me. I'm going to do the other one because it'll be so much quicker. And we've got loads of blaze rods. So if we stick that one away, I'm also going to create a recipe for the dielectric rod. And then if we do the opposite, which is just you craft a dielectric rod again, we get that. Just make one of the casings. So now we can make some casings. We want to make one of our orbs, wherever that is. Well, if I click on this, there you go, energizing orb. Don't need a recipe for this, because we're only going to make one. So let's just make it. And there it is. That is the energized orb. We also need to make a bunch of... yeah, we need to make some starting rod things. Ooh, which means we need these capacitors and stuff. Okie dokie. Easy enough right there. So there's the capacitors. Craft those up for tiny ones. I might just go off and make all of the recipes for this so you guys don't have to watch. So yeah, let me go do that and then I'll be back in a sec. There we go. We've got a few recipes. These ones are to be crafted. These ones are to be processed in the orb when we set the orb up. So let's go find a place to put the orb. Feel like it's something that is, well, could be done down here. We can at least make, not the base, is it the basic or yes, the basics. Let's make 6 basics. There you go. Well, I forgot that they're... this is a point. I'm going to put these on my bar so these things don't get charged up. It doesn't really matter. We're going to make them charged up anyway. We could put this over here in the corner because that gives us access. And then a flux point. This is just going to go in the air somewhere. Let's place this down here. Yeah, this, okay. If we place it like that, and then I'll pick this up. Move over one. We can paint this. Put all of these rods on here. These will automatically link, I believe, to the orb that we've got. There you go. And then we need a crafter. That one is taking up a little bit of a spot right there where I could have put a crafter, but let's just put the crafter on this side. Yeah, I like that. Import, I always like to put on the bottom. Yeah, okay, let's get... I'm going to make some covers for this, because why not? Try and make it look a little bit pretty, even though it's not going to look that pretty. So the importer can go on the bottom, and then we can have cable. Yeah, I want to remove that. Put the cover with a hole in it right there. We can also do that on this thing so you can't see it. Put a cover right here. And then we can connect it up like that. Perfect. Now, the next thing is we need a redstone comparator. So I'm going to stick that the other way around, put it like that. No, that's not what I want you to do. If we do something like that, basically, whenever this gets something, it will pulse round and turn this on. And in fact, before I forget, I'll definitely put that on the crafter mode redstone pulse for the next set. Now we can stick all of these bits in. So it goes like in this order. Okay, that should work. So now if we get some good old rods, let's go for blazing. Did I not teach it the large capacitor? Okay, let me go do that. And there we go, we've got our 6 coming in now, so that will just start creating each of the individual things. I feel like I've done something wrong here. Do I need a repeater? I vaguely remember having a repeater in this somewhere. There we go, I did need a repeater. It's because this only puts out a 1, and then we need it to do a full signal over to this. And there we go, that is creating us all the different things from Powah. So all of the items that we need. We could technically request some nitro crystals right now, but it would just take a ridiculously long time. What I'm planning on doing is, when I'm finished getting the rods, these energizing rods, I'm going to bin these ones off, even though I don't need to. Again, I don't explain why I'm binning these off. The reason I'm binning them off is because they have power in them, so refined storage doesn't recognize them as like ones that can be used in the crafts. So you have to craft up from starter all the way up to like nitro, right? So that's the reason that I'm binning them off and just putting the new ones in. I'm going to put the blazing rods there instead. And then I'll probably go up to Niotic or Spirited. Maybe Spirited. Get 6 Spirited rods, put them down. Bin off the blazing. Then I'll go for the nitro. In fact, I might just go from blazing to nitro. And I'll bin the blazing ones off. These ones. And then just use the nitro ones from then on. But this, it's not taking too much. Yeah, there we go. Now it's doing the energized steel. So the rod should start coming in now. And there you go. That's automated. That's how you do automated power right there. Power stuff using the energizing orb. Right, I'm going to let this finish, and I'm going to actually probably try and get some nitro rods. Whilst I do that, I want to check this thing first. I still make it. Oh, nice. We got this thing. So let's do this quick. Stick that on there with some 1, 2, 3, 4. Or is it just 3? I think it's 3. No, that's not how you do it apparently. What's this called? Scribe's table. Ah, okay. So it does say in the book that we need to have a book, as in a codex. So at ours. Let's get the novice spellbook. There we go, got the novice spellbook. That didn't take too much time. We just needed these items right here, all the iron tools basically. How do we upgrade this? Okay, well we can make that, I hope. Level 2 already. Oh no, we need to get the Tome of Undying. I believe you need the Archmage. Yeah, can cast tier 3 or lower glyphs. So, we don't have an Undying. Ooh, we can get that from invokers. Ah, and to get an invoker, that is a point. I have a plan for doing this, and it's something I probably should have done when I was doing bees. There's a thing from, I think it's Mob Grinding Utils. One of these things you can put in, is it this thing? Yeah, you use the spawn egg. You can generate the creatures from a spawn egg without using it. So I should have used this with bees. And it's not too bad to make, to be fair. We do need some of these, which means we need some solid XP. But I think I'll do that bit later. And for now, I'll just, yeah, we'll come back to that in a bit. I'm glad this thing worked, though. That wasn't too much of a pain, was it? And we got all of our ingredients back as well, which is pretty decent right there. Right, I'm going to go make all of these rods, and then we'll be back in a sec. Doesn't take that long to make the nitro from the blazing, by the looks of it. And there we go. I made myself only 2 Niotic, because I think 2 are going to be better than the ones that we currently have. I'm going to leave the rest of them on here until I make the other 4, that is. See, that's pretty instant now. And I think the rest of them will be pretty instant as well. Oh, yeah, that was really good right there. I probably need to put a stack upgrade in the importer right here. So let's grab a stack upgrade. Oh, why are you making glass that way? It's making mana glass. You can hear it go blink, blink, blink downstairs. I don't want you to make mana glass for this. Oh well. Let's chuck that in there. So the importer will now pull in all of the nitro crystals, because it makes 16 at a time, right? But now I just pull all 16 at the same time. There we go. There's the 4 rods. So we can replace... If I do this, is it going to get rid of... Okay, good. It's only going to get rid of the ones that... the blaze ones, which we don't want. Stick that one on the bottom. That one over here. There you go. So now this will almost instantly craft. Let's get some nitro... yeah, nitro crystals. Make 64 of them. Oh, yeah, forgot about that. It needs to make the blaze thingies first. What is it? So it needs to make these blocks before it can do anything. So it's going off and doing that now. Look how quick that is, though. That's ridiculous. You can't even... Sometimes it doesn't even like do the beam because it doesn't like register it quick enough to do the beam. But yeah, these are super quick now. And done. See? Love it. Ah, amazing. Right, so that's going off and making that. We can kind of make all the stuff we need for this now. No, not this one. It's this one. Yes. So we need one of these, but I do need to go through the entire set of recipes right here. So I need to do this one, which means I need spirited capacitors, niotic. Yeah, niotic capacitors, blazing capacitors, hardened, regular, tiny, so on and so on. So yeah, I'm gonna do that off camera, and then we'll be back once I've finished making this player transmitter nitro. Cool thing is as well, I can see it on the left here if I angle my camera this way. So that just finished, so I can make the spirited. And I think I made like a bunch of nitro crystals, didn't I? So that's already done. Ah, which means tick. You can get rid of that one now as well. Oh, amazing. Brilliant. Right, I'm going to bin these blazing ones off. How are we doing for the creative essence? I think I've got everything I need. I just need to nab this thing out And we can make the creative essence as well. So that's another one down. Stick that back in there. Let's continue making us some insanium. You can do this with blocks as well, by the way. So if you notice here, I've got 3 more recipes. What I could have done is I could have got the inferium in, turned it into an inferium block. So one of these, and then you can turn the blocks into using the master ritual stone into like the tier up block, doing the same sort of thing, and then you can use that again to make the bigger one and bigger, if you know what I mean. So that's another way of doing it if you fancy doing blocks instead of like the actual essence. I think it's probably going to be quicker if you do it the other way, but you know, we're patient on this channel. So that one's done. This one I am probably still waiting. Yeah, God, there's so much to make for this. This thing over here is super slow as well. I'm contemplating using our first All the Mods star. Is the block used for anything? It doesn't look like it's used for anything yet. That's fine. But I'm contemplating using our first All the Mods star, crushing it down into these to make the creative flux efficiency things. And all we do there is we would replace all of these with one of those, and it will make it a little bit quicker and not require any power. Power we don't care about. This the quickness that we want to get. And we can also make 5, because you get 5 of these shards, so we can make 5 of these. Now it does require a charge snowball, and these lightning charges are proper easy for us to make, because in the other we were getting proper attacked by the blitz, or yeah, blitzes. So I've got a bunch of these motes already. Yeah, I got loads of these, and we can either craft them, or I think we can pulverize them, and we get a bit more. Yeah, we get 3 instead of 2, so we could do that. Oh yeah, they've added the blitz bee and stuff like that, so we could maybe figure out how to make a blitz bee. That one doesn't say. Or we could do the mystical thing and use the jars to make the blitz. Is there a seed for it? It doesn't look like there's a seed, right? Again, doesn't look like there's a blitz seed, unfortunately. So I know they removed a couple of seeds, like there's no nitro seed now. Nitro. Yeah, the seed for that is gone. So creating this, as you see, now there's no like recipe using the nitro essence. That was a recent update. I think it was in the latest update they removed it, or the one before maybe. But we don't like doing mystical on this channel, so we'll do whatever we can not to do it. What other bits can we make? So Dragon Soul, we are waiting on going to Blue Skies. We could go get the Piglich Heart, and I believe we need that anyway to make this unobtainium dash or the modium alloy, because the only one I can see so far, other than getting the dust, which doesn't have a recipe, the only one that actually makes sense is this one here, where you pour some all the unobtainium and all the modium onto a Piglich Heart. So we might need to set some automation up for the Piglich. I don't see a Piglich egg, meaning we probably can't go up to it with a swab and get an egg for it and then turn a spawner into a Piglich spawner. So not really sure how we do that. And the only way we can get the drop is by killing the Piglich itself. So maybe we'll have to figure that out in another episode. But we do need to make a bunch of all the modium unobtainium blocks. Nether stars, still no idea what I'm going to do about those, but we'll figure that one out. This one, again, I'm just waiting on the enderium. This one requires us to go into the Twilight Forest, so maybe next episode we do a bit of Twilight. This one, I believe, we need to get into Blood Magic. And maybe we make a Infinity Nuke. I did craft the Black Hole Talisman between episodes. I was just like, oh, I can make one of those, so I made it. And I think we can make an Unobtainium ×3. Not entirely sure how many Unobtainium that is, but I'm sure we've got quite a lot by now. Yeah, we got a few at least right there. And we got more coming in because we've got the combs being processed. Yeah, I think I've got all the production upgrades on my bees and everything. So right now it's just sort of like waiting. This is the one that's going to take the longest. In fact, we've had this set up for flipping ages now, and it's still not really crafted us that many. In fact, have they removed the recipe for... Oh no, yeah, you still need one for the Philosopher's Fuel. Okay, yeah, and we've got one of those in our system right now. Antimatter. Yeah, we got one of those. Is the other antimatter used for anything in the Order mod stuff? Oh yeah, you need it for the EV right there. Which we've already done, so this is done now. Okay, cool. Right, I think I might leave it there for now. We made good amount of progress towards the Order mod star today. I think I'm just going to continue on with the Order mod start until we're done with it. Until we can make at least one. And then once we've made the first one, we might come back and just like try and automate all the bits that are involved with the Order mod star. So it'll be manual for the first one and then automated for the second one. I think that would be the best way of doing it. I'm really worried about this one though, but we'll figure something out for that as well. Right, anyway, thank you for watching. Let's have a look at the statistics. We are at 7.58 days. Brilliant. Right, well, thank you for watching. Thanks for joining, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. 8,000 more to go, and then we're going to have the ×3 Enderium blocks that we need for this craft here.